Hello my friends, welcome to episode 4 of the Ultimate Challenge. We have a lot to do in this deployment because it's going to set the tone for the rest of the campaign. So the first thing that we should do is we should just do replacements. I think I did that last time actually, and move everything to the reserve. Let's unassign all of our heroes. Except that one. I know that my only reduced slots hero is on the he's on the artillery. Oh, I've unassigned him anyway. Let's see, unassign you. What do we got here? Entrenchment killer. I wish there was an easier way to do this, but there isn't. This is actually to dismiss the hero, which we don't want to do. So things are going to be very different now because we will actually be killing. We will be killing everything. That calls for a different way of doing things. Okay, that's it. He'll have Galland in his fighter. Okay, so first thing we need to do is assess what we have. So we have, we can now purchase infantry. So we should definitely consider that that is something that we should do. Let's buy 2 sets for now. Okay, we have new tanks, so we'll have to compare those to our current ones. No new recon cars. No new no new anti-tank, not that I'm a big fan of anti-tank. For some reason the 8.8 is considered to be new, even though it's not. This is the Flak 36. Which one do I have? Do I have an old revision? I have the Flak 18. Okay, so we'll have to see what the difference is. I'll just shove the things that we will definitely 100% be using into my main team. Where's Galland? Should be in a fire. There he is. We'll definitely bring at least 1 dive bomber. Okay. Artillery wise, of course, we've got denied artillery. And we probably don't want to use too much artillery anyway in the world of killing things. Artillery is great for removing infantry from cities and capturing. While we may need to do some of the other, we won't be doing any of the latter, so... Okay, I have some I-16s, of course. No way to replace them. And I have some Ju-88As, which is high-tech strat bomber. Now the reason why this has happened is because we had industry connections in the last part of the Grand Campaign, and whatever traits you had in the previous part of the Grand Campaign, they apply to you at the beginning of in the first mission. So I have gotten my last round of industry connections, which means I've gotten these. We should definitely take the opportunity to buy this. Not upgrade a unit into it, because it's German, so if I buy it, then once it becomes a normal model, then I won't need replacements for it. It's an aircraft, so I can't use the field repairs exploit to make more of it either. So I do have a selection of strat bombers in my reserve. They're all of the one slot type. I believe that these can actually be upgraded for free. I'll just do that now. I think one is better against ships and the other is good against ground. If I remember correctly, I kept two different kinds because one had very great anti-shipping stats. Naval attack 6, soft 7, hard 4. Oh, this one. Naval attack 6, soft 6. No, these are just inferior. I guess I got rid of the ones with a good naval attack. Okay, well, we just have to keep them anyway, because we've got to make do with what we got. Still, for one slot, they're worth the effort. Okay. Alright, so these are the essentials. Gotta have 3 fighters, otherwise you will never win the sky. Of course, I overstrengthed Galland quite a bit. In these desperate times, I maybe can't quite afford to have him to be so overpowered. It's been a while since you were that. Okay. So he's got aiming assistance and leadership, which I never really get to use. Do you know what? Let's give him hit and run, because his extra initiative means he will out-initiative all other fighters. Then I can use him to attack enemy fighters without fear of retaliation. And there's nothing else that's really useful for him. We can put aggressive counterattack on to make it extra painful to hit him. Give him some camo. Not pink. We'll stick with green, but we'll give him a special green. Green and brown. That'll do. Okay, this new strat bomber of mine. Needs a new camo. Which one were we using here? This one. Condor Legion Desert Scheme, okay. Nothing special about these guys at the moment. Right. So the next question is, in a world where we're killing everybody all the time, which unit do we want to make give lethal attack to? It's either artillery or a strat bomber. So normally I'd put lethal on anti-air because I would want to do as much damage as possible against aircraft, because I'm more concerned about capturing enemies and strategic plays, but now my only concern is killing the enemy. I might as well leave this as default because I'm going to know what it is. So the question is, do we go with a highly lethal artillery or a highly lethal strat bomber? And noting that if we go with artillery, we then have to put fast deployment on it as well. I have to have field repairs on this guy because I don't have an unlimited supply. Artillery mostly ignores entrenchment anyway. I guess my path is set here. I really have to use reduced slots on this if I'm going to use this. I have to use field repairs because I have no way of making replacements for this. So I have to basically never lose any. And that's only going to happen with field repairs. Lethal attack is going to help it actually make the kills, and reduced slots is going to offset its enormous cost. There's no point in making it smaller because, while that would save me slots, it would save me potentially up to 3 slots. It would really reduce the impact that this is going to have. See, this is why I thought maybe lethal attack on a strat bomber would be better, but I actually don't really have any offensive heroes, so funnily enough. Okay, do you know what? So this infantry, this Spanish infantry is amazing, but it has a problem. So if you look at its stats, it actually has like poorer stats than most like poorer attack stats, but it's got 1.5x rapid fire built into it. And it has great, like, it's like engineers. It has 5 close defense. I mean, pioneers have got 8, but their attack stats are worse. And they've got 3 movement. Even against the grenadiers, they're sort of competitive stats wise. Especially when you consider 1.5x built in. And that close defense. Basically, they're a great piece of kit, but the one weakness that they have that engineers don't have is that they don't ignore entrenchment. So I have a real decision to make. which is, do I want to give them ignore entrenchment so that they can do the same job as the pioneers? Or do I give ignore entrenchment to a dive bomber, because it's very effective on a dive bomber too. Do you know what? I think ignores entrenchment and no retaliation. An entrenchment killer. These three together are going to create a unit that can attack enemy infantry in the city with impunity, do massive damage to them, and also sunder their entrenchment so that other units can then move in and mop up if required. Let's try and give them some camo that doesn't look ridiculous. That's going to highlight the fact that they are the Spanish regiment. There we go, just plain old green but with a blue stripe so we know it's them. Okay, let's shuffle in this tank's got some medals. Survivor. These tanks need some experience. Okay. We're gonna shuffle in two more. I think the 38 is just a... yeah, it's just a total improvement. So we'll upgrade these to 38s. That uses two of my upgrades. Okay, we'll add envelopment to these so that people can't get away from them. Because we might as well. Okay, this is my best tank, so we'll add this. And we'll also make sure that it can't surrender, not that that really matters. Okay, alright. We're gonna have to make do with one artillery. Okay, so the anti-aircraft gun has been severely weakened. The new Flak 36 is exactly the same as the 18 model. Okay, so let's not even bother upgrading that. Now, I still want this anti-aircraft gun to actually be threatening. So let's get fast deployment on it. It's about the best we can do for it, really. Okay, it is an expensive unit to replace, so I am going to put cheap replacements on it. And I guess we might as well shove our legendary somewhere. One of these strat bombers would be good with leadership on. Enemy units next to this unit do not provide support fire, but I don't believe that counts for units that are directly under it. This is why leadership is good and distraction isn't. Because you put the bomber on top of the target with leadership, and then all the units that then come to attack the bomber's target will gain leadership. But distraction not so useful here. Then again, on a recon car it's also very good. Let's put ignore zone of control back on this because I got very much used to that, ignoring zone of control. Right, let's get some recon cars back in the lineup. Shuffle that one back in. Lots of spare reconnaissance vehicles to use. So I think we can go up to 3-star now. So it's up to me as to whether I want to improve existing vehicles or not. Let's take a couple that are moderately experienced and bring them up. Let's go fast learner, leadership and distraction. This will be the distracting vehicle. I want camo that's distracting but not heinous. There we go. Distraction support, okay. Alright, so both of these guys have got envelopment, which just simply stops the enemy from getting away. That's it. That's all we can afford to deploy if we want to maintain air superiority. And I do want to maintain air superiority. Spare gear. Man, I'm gonna have to, like, in a part of the grand campaign, I'm gonna have to turn off denied artillery and denied air force so I can actually upgrade my stuff. But okay, 3 strat bombers. We are a little strat bomber heavy, but we're gonna have to train up some infantry. I have 1 upgrade available. We should upgrade something for next time. Let's just quickly shuffle that out. Shuffle one of these tanks in. And use our last upgrades to just upgrade it. I'll have to upgrade these as well at some point. Just got to be very careful about what we use our 3 upgrades for each turn. Okay, the only thing we can do now is really hope for better heroes. Because the ones I've gotten so far are garbage. Okay, so we'll have our city-busting infantry here, plus the artillery, plus the anti-aircraft gun, of course. We might as well deploy our full air force here because there's nowhere else for it to go. We have exactly 7 planes. Okay, here we have an anti-tank gun. Perfect first target for my pioneers. We evidently want to set down here too, or do we? If I remember correctly, the way to win this mission is to just hold the line here. Just pick this off and just hold here. Because getting across this river is basically almost impossible. And to just smash down here and sweep across. Smash into the center and smash down the side and then unify and then come up. And you've got time to do it. And that Hypno Distracto tank support. Let's just have a standard car here, or... I'm gonna send a tank. The slots shortage is really hurting me here. 10% less slots. No artillery. Relying purely on strat bombers instead. If I really need to send a tank down the center here. Okay, it'll have to do. I am desperate for a 0 slots hero, or even a half slots hero. Or any good hero, really. My hero selection has been quite poor. Apart from special heroes, I've really suffered. Oh well, all part of the fun, I guess. That is it for now. That is deployment complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.